Hello America, my name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an Americanteer. Today is May the 22nd. And, right now we are in a full-on wear mask movement in the country, and to wear or not to wear, I think that's, I don't even want to go there. It's not even worth a discussion. I think you should just wear one for now, and we can deal with the debate on how silly we were, or we can laugh at ourselves a year from now and say, wow, that was crazy, I can't believe we were all wearing masks, instead of being so defiant against it. And I do believe in freedom. I'm an Americanteer, so freedom is, I don't even want to tread on that subject, because it's so important to Americanteers, because we're always being stripped of our freedoms. You know, in fact, you can almost say that the equivalent of the people who are out there protesting right now, you know, even though we had the football player a couple of years ago that was taking a knee for justice or injustice, I mean, and we were saying, no, that's not cool, you can't do that, that's un-American. And I was saying, no, he's exercising his freedom of speech, and freedom to acknowledge that he's unhappy, and with a lot of people. He's not the only one. There's a lot of us out there unhappy with the system, and but not so unhappy that we want to go out there and bear arms against the government or hang out with signs and stuff. I mean, it's, you know, there's ways of making a statement and being very peaceful at the same time. While we're on this subject, put this mask away. While we're on this subject of division, I guess is what I'm trying to say in America about opening and or keeping the government closed or anything of that sort, is it does cross-reference with a lot of Americanteer ideology. So I'm gonna follow that right now, and because, you know, I'm confused about the message that people are throwing out there, and with their signs and flags and carrying firearms and going to government states and houses and protesting, which is, and I'm not sure what they're protesting. They're saying we need our freedom, that we want our freedom, and it's against, it's our rights to get out there and do what we want to do, and the government can't come in and just tell people to go away or go home, and, you know, and people maybe feel like it's a dictatorship more than a governorship. So when this thing first broke out, it seemed like a lot of us were on board complying with it all for a good, you know, 4 to 8 weeks, you know, and then we started to, or notice other people in society started to break away from that and get tired of that, which I already saw coming down the pike. So it's nothing new for me to see that kind of coming into play. However, I was still confused about the message. Let's just get one thing clear, and how change really needs to happen, and how we're working within a broken system. And even that freedom that you're exercising is going toward even more of a broken system. And so it's not even really, that's where I get confused about the message. Where are we going with this? What is the real message? You know, no one's really stripping anyone of any freedoms. If anything, we the people have stripped ourselves of freedom. So this is not the government's fault or the president's fault or anybody's fault. It's us as a people. We failed each other and decided that we wanted to rise our politicians up to being champions, to kind of be the leaders And therefore, we're putting them in a position to dictate if they have to, and or make up regulations and rules and all that kind of fun stuff, which I think strips us of more freedom. The real reason, as Americanteers, the real reason the government's really here in any way, shape, or form, or facet in any way, is the first job is to provide safety and security in our society. Okay, that's it has been written and it's been there for a long time, and that's why we, the people, have created this institution of governor, or politics, or whatever you want to call it. This republicanism of a system, and that is to make sure we have something in place so we can. Without that, we would just be a country of chaos. We wouldn't even be a country. We'd still be battling each other over states and land like they have over the past centuries. But we've grown past that to becoming more diplomatic and logical and rational about the growth of society and how we have been growing in this modern time. So yes, the government is there for our safety and security, you know, and secondly, you know, that's on top of that, right after that follows, you know, why they're getting paid, why the state is getting money, why this country, the nation, is receiving money, is to not only is to enforce the safety and security and society, and help us get along, help us move along, build roads, help out with street lights, highways, things that would help us as a community engage and rotate and become a real community and a workable society. You know, if you want to start to break down the community, you just start taking those things away, and you start having a really dysfunctional society. Are you with me here? And so, as Americanteers, we see that's the only real job that any kind of government should have, or administration, or president, or Congress, or Senate. You know, and if they cannot comply with the people, then it's our job as people to therefore change the system and to say this is not working the way it used to work, or it's not working the way we thought it was going to work. It's just turned out to be more of a, instead of empowering people to help America or Americans grow in a safe and secure and functionable society, we've created monsters of sorts, you know, that have sold out to being corrupted, you know, and to be manipulated, to flat out lie to the people if they want to or have to. It's become a whole different game and a gamut, and something that keeps the curtain that keeps being pulled over the Americans' eyes. And so we're still confused, we're still lost, and then we end up attacking each other as people and not even focus on why we lack security, why we lack safety, which I don't think we do. I think across the nation, I think all the governors have done their best to provide our society with some kind of safety and security during this pandemic of COVID-19. I'm not going to blame them, you know, for institutionalizing new rules and regulations temporarily, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Not like this is a new way, a new life, a new adjustment, and a new normal. Those aren't really, those words in the new thing isn't really going too far with me. It's just a way of phrasing it so we all get comfortable with the moment and the situation that we're living in right now. So we can come to terms with the new normal kind of way of thinking until it becomes not so new normal, and we fall into the whole old normal, or just a whole old mixed with new normal. Um, but that seems like it's going to be the push. It's hard to get people to change. It's hard to get communities to break habit, and to start to engage in a different way. So, if anything, it's caused more friction in society by I don't think it overstepped its boundaries. It's created more friction because we as a people don't understand that we have failed ourselves and that we allowed ourselves to be played out as pawns and dollar symbols. So let me break there for a second. So it forces us to take a side, to want to think like, oh, it's just I want to stick to my tribe of people and not that people, or this is a Democrat thing, this is a Republican thing. This is not either one of a thing. This is just a thing. And if we really want change, we got to join together as Americanteers. Stronger we are, we'll be so much stronger together than apart. And all politicians, the system knows that. So of course they don't want you to be a part of real change. They want us to stick to the old way of thinking, the old what we think is going to be change, but not really is. And picking a politician and putting that politician into like we champion you is not really change. Again, it's just saying we want to empower somebody else to deal with this and to be accountable and responsible for us as a people, rather than we have to participate in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not trying to say that we or you or me or the people, we all need to gather around and tackle politics. Not at all. I'm just saying join the Americanteers in a friendly, peaceful way. We can change the system easily if you want to, as the people. And so we are the real leaders. We are the bottom line as to what's going on. And what we say should be more than just relevant. It should be truth. Because it is a very real issue and a thing with all Americans. And so unless it's just isolated groups or cultures or political movements or a corporation kind of sponsored event, that's not really going toward change. It's just trying to make us pretend we're participating in change, but we're really not. That's why we need Americanteers. That's why we need this third party to go into the White House. We need an office in the White House. I'm not saying to tell anyone what to do. I'm just saying that would be our job, is to help give Americans a third option, a third suggestion. I mean, you're always going to hear the two sides, and you're always going to see them breaking up the system and monkey wrenching each other up due to their ideology. But that's not where we stand. We don't care about that stuff. We care about real change, real action. So, join me, join the Americanteer movement. Now we can start really kicking butt. Thank you for your time. Again, my name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an Americanteer, and this is just an exciting time for us all for me to be here. This is just completely, full on awesome. This is a good time for us to gather, to get together, and to really change the system. Why it's in a fluctuation of change, and let's not embrace the old ways. Let's start to embrace. If we're gonna have a new normal, let's have a new system, a new way, a real new way, not a dictated way